So it took me getting pregnant to actually catch this virus, because I managed to go all of last year without getting it, but around 16 weeks pregnant, got COVID. Hey guys, it's Maggie Rose. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I just wanted to let you guys know what it was like being pregnant while having COVID. Now, to be honest, I never actually went and got tested for COVID, but I'm 99.9% sure that's what it was, because two of my symptoms included loss of taste and smell. So I just quarantined anyway. That was going to be the only difference of me taking a test, is just having somebody tell me I have to be quarantined versus quarantining myself. So yeah, my family and I just quarantined anyway, and the kids got it. Hunter never got it, but he had COVID back in May, so we didn't catch it from him then. But like I said, I guess it just took me being pregnant to actually have my immune system weak enough for me to get it, if that makes sense. So anyway, I got COVID at about 16 weeks pregnant, and funny enough, I think I remember around 16 weeks pregnant with Malachi's pregnancy, I also got this really bad cough and was sick around the same point in my pregnancy. And I guess that is just when my immune system is at its weakest point in my pregnancy. I don't know. But first of all, I wanted to let you guys know of what all of my symptoms were, because I know that symptoms can be so different for so many different people when it comes to COVID especially. But I wanted to let you know what I experienced. And when it first started, it was just a cough. That was it. And I just thought I had a tickle in my throat, or I was getting allergies or something. And then it turned into a headache. And then it turned into a headache and a cough and having bad phlegm. And then it turned into body ache, chills, skin being sore to the touch. I had a fever, a slight fever. The fever lasted for a day, maybe 2 days, and the chills lasted 2, maybe 3 days, and the sensitive skin lasted about the same length of time. But then my cough lasted a while. My cough lasted about 2 weeks. At one point it was really bad, and then it kind of got better, but my cough was the thing that lingered around the most. My loss of sense of taste and smell came shortly after my fever, and that's when I was like, all right, yep, this is definitely COVID now, because my coffee that's supposed to taste really good tastes like hot water. Like, it didn't even have any flavor whatsoever. One of my friends dropped off pumpkin munchkins from Dunkin'. They didn't taste like anything. They just tasted like the texture of a donut. It was that moment that I was like, yep, this is definitely COVID. And then like a couple days after I was having symptoms, my kids got it. Their symptoms were very similar to mine. They each had a fever that only lasted for part of a day or maybe the whole day. And they also were coughing, had runny noses. But that was about it for their symptoms. I also got a sore throat. I almost forgot to say. That was the thing that was towards the end of my quarantining, I guess. I had a really bad sore throat, and I lost my voice for a couple days, and I never really heard anybody say that as a COVID symptom before, but I definitely lost my voice for a couple days. My throat was very, very sore. Like, it almost felt like strep throat. I kept checking the back of my throat, and it didn't look like strep. So I wasn't sure if I was actually ever gonna get COVID. Because Hunter had it back in May and I never got it from him, I was thinking, oh, I'm some superhuman that's immune to this virus because my husband had it and I still didn't get it. I'm glad I got it though, because now the baby should have the antibodies that I have from having COVID. So there is a lot of positives to this, and it actually was not as bad as I thought that it was going to be. It was nothing compared to the first trimester, that's for sure. So it really was not that bad. The hardest thing was just trying to take care of the kids when all I wanted to do was just like lay on the couch and watch a movie. But after I started feeling better, I was still quarantining, obviously, so I wanted to do something to keep myself busy. So that's when Hunter and I actually decided to renovate the kitchen, to start the renovations on the kitchen, which I think I mentioned in my last video. But I was really excited about that, and that's what got me even more excited about having to stay at home and be quarantined. It gave me a purpose. It gave me something to do, so I was really excited about that. But yeah, that was my experience with COVID, being 16 weeks pregnant. I am now 20 weeks pregnant, and I am feeling better than ever. I don't have any lingering symptoms. I mean, I still have a little bit of phlegm, but I don't know if that's a pregnancy thing or if that's a lingering COVID thing, so I'm not sure. Oh, but the other thing that I did want to mention, I got this super weird rash right at like the 10-day mark of my quarantine, super itchy rash. Like it felt like I had a giant bug bite covering my entire body. It was very bad. It started out like behind my ears, and then it got on my elbows and my knees, and then it was all over my legs, and then it was all over my back, and then it was on my face. And so I called my midwife. She told me that she thought I was maybe allergic to something and to check with my family doctor if it didn't go away, and it didn't go away. So I went to my family doctor. She said the same thing. She didn't think that it would be COVID related, but she thought that it could have been an allergy, and do eliminations and start trying to figure out what it was. I never figured out what it was. She said change your laundry detergent, and I tried that, but it didn't do anything. And I also tried changing my soap. I tried a couple different dietary things. We couldn't figure it out. We never did. It lasted like 4 or 5 days, and it got a little bit better each day, but I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe it was how COVID left my body for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate or if that's even a thing, but that's just what my mind is thinking, because it was like 10 days, my 10th day of quarantine, and I get this super weird rash, and then 5 days later it's gone. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm allergic to something still, and I still don't know what it is. It happened in Malachi's pregnancy too. I'm telling you, this is weird. Around the same time in Malachi's pregnancy, I had walnut cream cheese from Panera, and I got this super weird rash all over my body that was itchy. And they told me that I was allergic to something, and I just assumed that it was the walnuts. So I stayed away from walnuts the whole entire pregnancy, and it never came back. I don't know. I just assumed that I was allergic to walnuts. I can eat them now. So I don't know if that was, who knows? Apparently I get this weird rash in the middle of pregnancy each time too. I don't know. It was just very strange, very strange. That was my experience with COVID and weird rash that I don't know if it was COVID related or something else. But hope you guys like this little story time, and I will catch you in my next video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep smiling, keep finding the joy. Thanks guys. Bye. See you next. No, that's not what I said. I need chapstick. Catch you in the next one.